supposed to be a gym, but wherever I go in my house, there's kids' toys. Just give me a second while I turn this thing off. Okay, now that's out of the way. Welcome to today's video. Thanks for tuning in. And today we're going to talk about diets and diet approaches. One of the big mistakes that I find people make when it comes to dieting, and it's through no fault of their own, it's kind of how the narrative has gone and how the fitness industry has gone. It's all very focused around weight loss. And I'm not going to lie, I've made the same mistakes myself. Every one of us have made these same mistakes in the past, and it's about continuing on a journey and kind of learning from those mistakes. But it's all very focused on what's the magic diet, what diet should I follow to lose X amount of pounds, shred down, slim down, all of these kind of words that make you think that this is what dieting is all about. And now, don't get me wrong, it's great and it's completely up to everybody and the individual what your goal is, what you want to achieve and how you want to achieve it. That is your prerogative. You know, if you want to get down to a certain percent body fat, awesome. If you want to get down to a certain dress size, great. If you want to lose a certain amount of pounds or a certain amount of stone, awesome. It's completely down to you, and there's no doubt about it that as a result of that, you probably will be healthier. You probably will be more confident. You probably will feel a bit better about yourself. However, that approach also, there's a lot of failures within it and a lot of things that stress people out and force people to trip up and give up on that diet approach. The way that's got lost is that yes, it's great to have those goals, but instead of focusing on what's the magic pill, what's the skinny tea that I should be drinking, what did you do with your diet, Karen? I want to try that as well. Instead of focusing on those things, focus on how you can improve your diet to be healthier and to be a better version of yourself. Now I know it sounds a bit mushy and like just rubbish. It doesn't sound as good as shred down in X amount of days with this diet or drink this tea and your hips will disappear. It doesn't sound as interesting as that. It doesn't sound as fun as that. But actually, instead of focusing on how to lose weight, this and this, constantly kind of like almost negatives and like you really have to suffer. My diet has to be suffering. That can't be a diet approach because it doesn't sound like it sucks enough. Instead of looking at it like that, think of actually, what can I do to my diet to make it better? Instead of thinking about what can I take out, you know, let's get rid of the carbohydrates and let's be miserable for the rest of our lives. Let's look at what can you add in to actually make your diet better. We all know that you should be consuming your 5 a day. That's kind of like the government narrative. It's probably more than that. But we all know we should be doing it. But the majority of us aren't doing it. So by simply making that one change and focusing on getting more nutrient-dense foods into your diet, trying to actually get your 5 a day into your diet instead of trying to take 5 different variations of carbohydrates out, try and get more 5 a day into your diet. As a result of that, you're consuming more nutrients, you're going to be healthier, you're going to feel better, but also because they're going to be packed full of fibre, you're going to feel more satisfied and more full, which probably means that you will consume less calories throughout the day, which as a result of that, you will potentially be in a calorie deficit, and as a result of that, you will lose weight and you will be on your way to getting down to that dress size and be on your way to being a certain weight on the scales. But without the stress of constantly focusing on losing weight and the scales. The same with, you know, are you consuming enough protein? Most people that I work with don't consume enough protein at the start when I start working with them. And that's one of the things we work on improving. As a result of adding more protein into their diet, they feel more satisfied, they feel more satiated, and they end up consuming less calories throughout the day. As a result of adding more protein in, consuming less calories throughout the day, they're more likely to be in a calorie deficit and on their way to losing weight. But instead of focusing on pulling things out of the diet, they're focusing on putting things into the diet and focusing on trying to improve the quality of their diet and their health at the same time. It's just all round a much more positive approach towards dieting, rather than thinking, oh man, this has really got to suck. I've got to feel like I'm being crucified. You know, if I'm, you know, each pound that comes off, I have to suffer. And because of that thought process, when you kind of slip up and fail at your last diet attempt and then give up for a little while, it dreads you to think that I'm going to start again. And that's probably why most people put it off till every Monday that comes around. I'm going to start my diet on Monday. Because they know it's going to suck. But instead of thinking, what can I take out? Think about what can you put in to make your diet better and healthier. As a result of focusing more on that positive approach, chances are you're going to lose weight. Thanks for watching the video. If you like, give it a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys in the next one.